if you get bored while you are sitting alone or you are bored, uhlala uyi-one nje, ungenzi next, and then you are surely a terrible company.
Yeah.
I will expect omunye umuntu a-enjoy ukuhlala nawe wena unga-enjoy ukuhlala nawe. Ufuna uhlala u-occupied usenza something else.
Sure.
You've just stepped into an empty street, a podcast where we casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just two curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
In 3, 2, 1, we rolling.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
Welcome back
To another episode.
Part 2.
Yeah, it's a part 2. Part 2 of the episode we did about mental health in COVID times, men's suicide rates. I think we delved deep on men's mental health there. And it kind of felt like, I remember there's I think 2 people who told me that we make it look like women hate men or women don't care about men. The way we were focused on men's mental health and the challenges they are facing.
Yeah.
And well, in reality, yamajita.
Yeah, in
reality, yamajita, and we are not trying to say ukuthi women hate men or women don't care about men, but it's just a reality.
It's just reality. And I think on top of that, there's no comparison. It becomes a problem if you start to compare.
Yeah.
You start to compare.
Yeah.
And for us, we use examples whereby we're talking about those people who were in home shelters.
Yeah,
like it's more female than men. It's a
practical
realistic
example. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's not about a comparison with a female and male. Because if it becomes like that, sure.
It's gonna be these gender wars.
Yes.
That's not what we want.
So it's not about
but
that.
as we said on the first part of the episode, we are talking about COVID and we derailed from that. But now I think we should be coming back to talking about how people in general can take care of themselves in these COVID times, to keep their minds sane in these COVID times and just to be in good mental spaces, and also maximizing their skills so that their finances can also balance.
Sure.
For instance, ukurana ama-business, I understand ukuthi it's COVID times. It's not easy ukuthi ama-business amaningi ukuthi aphusheke, and most yabantu abanamisebenzi, so they are going through extreme stress. Izinto ezinjalo, some are getting retrenched and don't know ukuthi what field they should go to. And as I said on the first part, some people feel like being indoors is just a lot for them, and they just want to go out there or to have something to do.
Yes.
So I think we should be talking about now on this second part of the episode. Yeah.
And lapho sikhulumela izinto eziningi kakhulu. There's a lot we covered. There's a lot we're going to cover on this one. Because this is as individual, how do you stay healthy physically, mentally, and as a person who is in a relationship, how do you guys stay healthy mentally, and also as family, how do you guys keep on supporting each other to make sure no one is down during this time, because we're going through a lot individually. So as family as a whole, how do we make sure we contain a healthy state for everyone? Right. So there's a lot we have to cover.
And another one would be friendships as well.
Yes.
Because how to like cultivate your friendships, because I think now most people are just locked up at whatever places they are in, or the friendships feel like they are dying and you're not regularly connecting with your friends. So we should cover that as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
So right now, I think into esingaqalanga is individuals.
Individual.
So
Individual.
as individual, how to make sure ukuthi, I think COVID my look, especially look isaqala, bekunalento, especially first lockdown. First lockdown. Yasibamba sibaningi because lapho no one had a plan what I'm going to do. No one had a plan. Then until the second one at least we have adjusted with how do you deal with it.
At least it was something a bit familiar.
A bit familiar, it's not something new. So manje, I think lapho sakhona ukuthi sibone ukuthi manje yini izinto ezingakhona ukuzenza. Individually, I think if you say khali to avele asiphumeli ngaphandle use kuphi, there's a lot of things you can do. Starting like physical. Because I think if your physics, it tells a lot, and also give you that energy. If maybe you can take off your own physics, the energy, because if maybe let's say overexerting, then you give yourself maybe 30 minutes just to scratch your body. Because sometimes uvuka nje, uvukhathele, uvungazi ukuthi wenzeni, but uyasinda, uyazi umzimba wakho uyasinda. But if you can't go sneak that 30 minutes, just to scratch your body, make sure you do those few exercises to make sure that your body is being scratched. Then more consequences in this ganjalo, then you are called to umzimba wakho uvuke. Then more vuke, there's a lot of things you can attract with umzimba wakho conversions.
And makuvuka umzimba kuvuka nomqondo. So
from there we are called to sebenzise ne meditation. To make sure that you make sure that your mind is in a quiet place. You bring everything. You
get some mental clarity as well.
Like most of the time, you calm down. You calm down. You just be able to calm down.
And as we once mentioned it, never on that previous episode. I don't remember which episode is it. It seems like it's a busy world, but it's not a busy world. It's your mind that's busy. So it's always good to tap back into your own mind and calm it down, because there's a lot of things going on in Mikondi. Also exercise, meditate. Keep keep yourself calm. And another thing would be concentration. Concentrate on doing something for at least an hour. Whether it's reading a book, or it's practicing how to play a guitar, practicing to play whichever instrument, or if you're an outdoors person, you can go for a hike for an hour, or you if you have a garden at your back, you go to your garden for an hour, and you just, whether you're just chilling there or you plowing your things or harvesting or whatever you'll be doing. So isn't this in
just give yourself 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Even walk. A walk can do a lot. And we underestimate to walk with what am I gonna do? You walk, and then you start taking your phone, you put your headsets. But sometimes you need just be quiet. And detox a bit from screen or from electronic device, and just take a walk. Look at people.
And then in the corner, must address meditation. Most people, they think that thing is boring. Just imagining challenging, nothing next, because it's so right? So just imagining clearly because we always want to do something.
We always want to be occupied.
Yes. So manje umuntu bongomtshela, because a lot of people angafika akhomula even ngenza leya research leya ama questionnaires. So that's why ubona abantu bebacabanga ngani ngayo babuza kumeditate. La kumele bakutshela ukuthi ayiyabhora lento le. This thing is for white people. It's not for us. Just imagine me as a black person, I'm busy meditating. It's like my fellow black people will laugh at me.
And then look at if uzoti into abantu abamhlophe, or into yama Indian, or into yama China or whatever. But look at where they are. And look at where black people are who don't meditate.
Look at the benefit.
Yeah.
This thing is working for them.
It benefits angeke sikhona ukuzipointa manje, but
yeah.
just look, if uzothi into abantu abamhlophe are doing way better than black people. So if ever into abayenzayo, why wouldn't you want to do it now?
And they're well
taking a walk into yabo Karen. Back Karen has a peace of mind. Karen lives in the burbs. Karen unemoto, umntanakhe umthengela imoto na 16. When can you do that? You can't do that. You don't understand ukuthi lezi zinto abo Karen or abantu abamhlophe generally or ama-China or people of color. These things that are doing, they have a contribution that they have in their successes. And even like lezi zinto bazifaka kuma lifestyle wabo. Bazifaka because bayazi ukuthi ama benefits abanjani. We don't know ama benefits walezo zinto, but we can try to do those things, copy to do those things, because we are doing bad as people, as black people. So if we can try those things without a stigma or a stereotype, so we this is for this type of group or this is this for this type of group, and then maybe it's gonna reap more benefits now.
And maybe you'll find out it can help you a lot. It can even change your life. It can change your entire life. Like you can even see life differently. So so ngakhona ukunceda, just only if you can give it a chance. In the chance, you just give it one month. Say, let me try it and see what
every day. And you don't have to sit there for an hour. You can just do 10 minutes
10
a
minutes
day.
Is enough.
10 minutes a day for 30 days, and you'll see you don't want to stop. You just want to continue. And then this thing said Guru this thing is now ukuthi sifuna ukuhlala si occupied, sense of something. Said Guru always says ukuthi if you get bored while you are sitting alone or you are bored, ukuhlala uyi-one nje ungenzi next, and then you are surely a terrible company. I will expect omunye umuntu enjoy ukuhlala nawe wena unga-enjoy ukuhlala nawe. Ufuna uhlala occupied, sense something else. So into ahlala ayisho said Guru.
You must enjoy your own company.
And
without doing something, just being yourself.
And ubona abantu like mama poster online ukuthi self-love or spending some alone time, but umuntu is on their phone while they are at it. Umuntu ubheka ama movie, consuming something, but not ukuthi a consumer content of their own brain. Listen to their own brain, listen to their own heart. So
sometimes ngavuka ekuseni, I don't know ukuthi yabuya up lento le. Abuya ekuseni abanalento ukuthi ngasho this thing, but we as people, not to being specific which people, but we as human beings, we are empty inside. We are empty. There's a lot of shit that is happening, but we are empty. If you can dive deep to there, there's a lot of shit you can find out. But we are empty. We are living in an empty world. Empty world meaning individually, so your own world is full, it's empty.
There's a lot of things happening outside of ourselves, but there's little to nothing inside of us. And zonke lezi zinto esizifunayo, like for instance, spending time with people, consuming izinto ezimafoni, associating ourselves with a lot of people, whether it's for friendships or relationships, just doing all these activities. It's like we are searching for something that's not inside. So at least if you can sit down by yourself and find out ukuthi ikuphi lento empty, and then
that's
a
why
lot of things would change.
A lot of things. That's why ifuna ukuba nento esokhona ukuwela kuyo. Makuwa la at least ngiwele la, makuwa la ngikhona ukuwela la. Kunento ifuna ukuthi sikhona ukubambezelela kuyo. Yabona kusilo muntu ukuthi makuwa la ngizobona ukuthi ngenza kanjani after. Sisila abantu la besuthi we don't want to start. Asifuna ukuqala always unimangiwa la khonto ekhona. Yabona, but akufuna umuntu awe ku surface la ngana next khona asho ukuthi now I have to start from where I started. Angithonde kanjani. So yizo zonke lezi zinto lezo uyibhekayo ukuthi the way zenzeka ngakhona nesi affecta ngayo. Yabo. So masingaqala masinike isikhathi. Just start with yourself. Everything begins with you.
Everything begins with you.
before you even go outside, before even your guests. Just make sure with if you're in a now of work saying or health physically, you health mentally, even your heart, it calm. I don't think ukuthi khona into engaka-affecta that day.
Yeah, as basho ukuthi uma uqala ilanga lakho kanjalo, it's likely ukuthi uzoliqeda ilanga lakho in that. Like it's like you are doing those things while ilanga lakho lisaqala. It's like you are building for what will come in the day, and it's likely ukuthi your day will end in the same note or more. Yeah, what? It's just about that.
Yeah. Individually,
take care of yourself.
Yeah, take care of yourself. That's very important. As we always say, with the take care of yourself, that's key.
Yeah,
you need to take care of yourself. Then
take care of each other.
Yes.
And then now we're gonna start with friendships. I think we should start with friendships.
Yeah.
Before relationships or marriage.
Yeah.
I think we should start with friendships because our friends are always there. Kuwo wonke ama-relationship esihamba ngawo, kuwo wonke ama-pitfalls, kuwo wonke ama-breakups, but our friends are part of us. So yeah, we should always cultivate our friendships. Yes. We should always try to grow as friends. Yeah,
especially now with COVID, as sikhuluma nge-COVID, especially now with COVID, as friends, I think now it is one of the most crucial time where we need each other.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of support, in terms of clarity, in terms of communication, right?
Yeah.
To make sure that we build or we find something that we can do together to make sure that no one gets bored.
Yeah.
Because when you get bored, there's a lot of shit that happens.
Yeah.
There are a lot of emotions involved. So to minimize that, so we need that communication. We need each other as friends to make sure that we help each other. And to make sure even while we help each other, we're being honest and crystal when it comes to the things that we talk about and whatever we're going through. So to make sure once we are honest among each other, that help us to deal with whatever insecurities individually that we are facing, right?
Yeah. So, and that's important, and as Lento show you about the honesty.
Yeah.
One thing I can say I appreciate right now is to have a friend like you.
Yeah.
Someone who can be brutally honest about my decisions, about my thoughts, about my opinions, about just life in general.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know about other people's friendships, but I think it's a key thing with ube nomuntu that you can go to and uyazi ukuthi though wena ucabanga lento icabangayo and you think ukuthi I've made my decision ukuthi iyo mina into engiyifunayo, and then you go to someone and you tell someone leyo nto and they become honest with you and bakhombisa ukuthi no lento oyifunayo iyabheda, akusiyiyo leyo kwamele uhamba ngayo because of this and this and this and this and this, and then you do what you want to do with that.
Exactly.
And Ntwana, like
exactly, Ntwana.
And it's like that, Ntwana. Like imnandi friendship enjalo.
And yabona moyikhuluma kanjalo is one thing it's I think it's now when it comes to that options. You know, if maybe let's say there's certain situation that onayo, right? Then it's so khuluma ngayo. You know, I would say the way I think. Maybe ngicabanga first angazi if uyakhumbula, even if esikhuluma ngayo ngizoyibuka ngendlela ebuka ngayo. Ngisho ukuthi yabo ngendlela yakhe kasoka and I clearly understand that. But now mawuyibheka ngale there's still another way.
And then bese ngiyabuya ngiyazihlanganisela mina, and then ngiyakhona ukudecide ukuthi lento into ebeyifunwa yi-ego or option le ebeyicabangwa yi-ego, or is it the right thing to do? And then boom. And I never regret after, if ever it's something that I have to act on.
Yes.
For instance, manje sizokubuza abantu ukuthi how's the podcast? Can we have some of your feedback ukuthi how are you receiving the podcast? Yeah. Can you give us any critical feedback, destructive feedback and constructive feedback? Yeah. And people will always be like, naishaya. But we're not that perfect.
Yeah.
I want people to challenge our opinions. I want people to challenge our discussions.
Yes.
And that's where we will establish a true connection, a true friendship with the people that are consuming our podcast. This is our honest. As long as this is Kuluma, it's our honest. Manje.
And ukhumbule.
We are open for options.
Ukhumbule ithini intro. The intro says a lot. Especially if intro, if you can listen to it.
Yeah, if you can listen, it says everything. It says everything.
Yes. So we are not fixed to what we are saying.
Yeah, even a disclaimer here says the same thing, Oguti. Our ideas and our opinions are not on stone.
Sure.
So if ever our life experiences change or someone comes with something that we think that it's better, then we're gonna go for that. Nati, we are people trying to
well, people like we're trying to find out themselves. We are still in a journey to learn ourselves.
We're asking questions and we want to find answers within ourselves and from other people. That's what it is. So even with our friendship, if we can treat our friendships like that and we say we're gonna be honest to that extent in whatever things that we are searching for in our lives, we find people that are gonna be honest. We find those answers within ourselves, and then we find those answers within our friends, so that they can be honest with us and put us in a right spot. And then it's okay.
We're cool.
We've built a strong foundation of friendship if it's based on the honesty, not to I can't be honest with this guy because I'm risking of losing him as a friend, or I can't be honest with her because she will think I'm jealous of her. That's not good friendship. In friendships, we should always be honest with each other and feel free to be honest. And sometimes your honesty does hurt me, but I respect and appreciate it because I'm that open-minded. So if ever we can form our friendships around that, and then it would be a bit easy.
And futhi as friendship now must see perspective of COVID. I think as friendship individually I exercise as Ngabo wa mention ukuthi udinga support. Or udinga umuntu angakhona uthenze naye azwazi ukuthi akhona ukupusheka ukakhona uvuka ekseni. If kanjani manje as ku-COVID, maybe let's say you can't visit a friend, maybe you guys are staying far apart, right? You can also do, uyazi umakushaya isikhathi if akakavuka or kwenzani, you have to call. Angithola ukuthi lenze show ukuthi avuka nothi isikhathi sakhona, then you do whatever you guys have to do. Sit down over a call and to make sure, maybe using a video call. But just to make sure ukuthi makalele makavuke. Uyangithola lenze show ukuthi naloya before mawenza yazi lo yena uyenza. So yazi no ituni committed to this. Once wavuka yeka abe nalento ukuthi when uyenza ngapha yena against. So isn't this kanjalo when it comes to exercise, and also mentally you guys can suggest anything ukuthi have you tried this? Have you seen this? Hey, how do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Ngithola isn't this kanjalo to make sure good man the minds keep on running. Keeps on running, and most of we are on topic what do you feel about this? What do you think about this?
And you grow together, and you grow together. And kuna lezinto zokuthi in friendships, most of my friendships, ilezinto zokuthi like most of my friendships aphela because or I are unhealthy because we outgrow each other.
Sure.
And it's our fault to we outgrow our friends.
From primary now, secondary, tertiary.
It's our fault. And not everyone is supposed to be our friends forever. We're gonna meet new people and all of that. But the person that you've decided is your friend, manje, most especially at this age that we are in, manje. It is both our responsibility to sikhulisane so that we don't outgrow each other, because after all we do need each other. We need to support each other. We need to encourage each other. And we need to be honest with each other. And we should check up on each other as friends. We should check up, like, how are you doing? And sometimes you can be reluctant inside, or you can be resistant. You can be resistant. pick up that call and call your friend ukuthi,
Sure.
just to check how are they doing. You don't
Yeah.
need anything.
Yeah.
You just want to ask ukuthi, how are they doing.
Yeah.
Hear them out, because now yabona COVID is ukuthi we're just texting all the
Yeah,
time, and we are consuming whatever we are consuming so that we can keep our heads up, or at least we can survive kule stress ebesibuya kuso. So manje, it's like the only way we know how to connect with our friends is via texting and all of that. So we should be doing those things with this phone, set up meetings, maybe at least once a month, once in 2 months, if ever it distance that long. So those are the things that we need.
Hey, and the problem with my friendship, the way ngakhona. So thola ukuthi umuntu, as long as I can still view, I can see that you're still posting.
You're still posting, yeah.
That means you're still alive.
Yeah, you're still
breathing, so you're still good. Doesn't matter what you're posting yourself, but as long as you're posting something, that means you're still breathing. So we cool.
Yeah.
That's why they will use that statement where they say, it doesn't matter if I'm responding you back or I'm texting you, as long as you see that I'm posting, I'm still alive. Then cool. So I'm a friend. So we should just be aware of such and make sure that we build a very strong relationship as friend, and make sure that we check up on each other.
We are there for each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. As also we saying with I think young and a relationship as female and male. So
or male and male.
Or male and
female and female.
Or female and female.
Or any other that's out there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2022.
2022. A lot of
possibilities,
yes.
Man.
So if you two people are in a relationship, right? Then as also honesty, my friends. You figure and honesty back on, and the way you guys treat each other, you value each other, the way your principles or morals and values
yeah.
they go along, right? So go back this card, let's reach a point with maybe now you want to terminate a contract, your relationship.
Yeah.
You guys can terminate that contract, right? After that, maybe you guys will make a critical decision whereby it's like relationship yet I signed down. Relationship yet says a million the cyborg with healing a panel, right? So you guys decide to just imagine, let's just go our separate ways. But because of the respect that I have for you, the honesty, the connection we have, there are those people who say, okay, let's not lose the connection we have. They don't have a kid, those people. Bear in mind, they don't have a kid. So they will move to a stage to say, let's just be friends. We want to be those friends, but let's just be friends. Because there will be that part of me that says, I will need you. Maybe in terms of, let's say in terms of maybe advices. This person is very honest when it comes to advice.
Yeah.
What you done with the relationship. And like there are no bad blood between you. So with like, this guy I know with one day I will need. This woman I will know one day I will need. I'm told in terms of marriage.
So that's the person that I'm comfortable sharing. Maybe it's a matter of a business. Or she's good, or he's good. My finances, and you ask advice. That's an interesting topic. I think we should have it in the future. A topic where now it goes back to Leandro. Can men and women be friends? And just friends. Most especially if now they had something. Because now most abantu banenkinga ngokuthi you can be friends with your ex. Now, fuck no. I also have a problem. Uzoba friend the ex yake. It's a problem. And I think Naguye could be a problem if I don't know about you. But most abantu it's there. But I think ngiyakuthola la uya khona ukuthi human connections now are no longer just human connections. They are human connections with some value.
Yes.
If someone brings value in your life and you see ukuthi a relationship yenu ayisasebenzi, you can cut off the relationship and still give each other a value.
Yes.
Uyabona? But it's we've become very possessive beings, we've become very insecure beings.
Yeah.
And I don't think that will work in
Yeah.
in the ideal world, in
yeah.
this real world that we are in. But it's something that I think,
and even in trust,
ingaspan-
the trust in a relationship also.
also a matter of trust nakhona.
yeah.
But I think we should have a topic
Yeah.
enjalo, and maybe
I think reference include nale khona umnye umemzeli wangibuze i-question ukuthi, can you date your best friend?
your best friend or your best friend's ex, or
I know your best friend. Let's say you have a friend.
Yeah.
That is a female friend.
Yeah.
If I have a female friend, then can you date your best friend?
Yeah, I think there are people who do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With,
they have people
you
who
know,
do that.
when it comes to that, I was able to break it down for her. Good, it can happen, but how does it happen? Yeah. So I was able to break it down. Then in order for me, aside nami ukuthi ingenzeka, but uziyenze le nto uthi yenzeke yini ekumele yenzeke during that friendship.
And naleyo friendship
Yeah.
iqale njani?
Njani and injani?
Yeah,
and
because
injani?
most of my friends, opposite sex friends manje,
Yeah.
aqalwa kune sexual energy khona, whether it's the guy bekamfuna ugirl and then ubam friend zone and then the friendship continued. But if you ask the guy, would you smash? And
Yeah.
he'd say yeah.
Yeah.
But the girl would say no. Yeah, one izinto ezinjalo. Or as the time comes, the guy really does say ukuthi, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And guy ambone as just a friend or little sister or something.
Yeah.
And then as isikhathi sihamba, the girl actually develops something for the guy, but
yeah.
can't confront
Yeah.
it because banale friendship. But that's a topic for another day. I think it's
Yeah.
baleke kakhulu. Going back
Yeah.
to our relationships. Yeah, honesty important nakhona.
Yeah.
Ukuthi you are honest with each other.
Sure.
And one thing I had just this morning, ukuthi in relationships you shouldn't look each other as she's a female, so those are the things that females do.
Yeah.
He is
A
a male.
Yeah.
These are the things that males do or should do, like those standards that we set, or those stereotypes that we set based on our genders. For instance, lento yokuthi, okay, men can't be vulnerable because they are men, they should be strong.
Yeah.
And actually women finding men that are vulnerable unattractive.
Yeah.
So those type of things, that you should look at a person as a human being instead of as
a man.
this gender,
Yeah.
or that women shouldn't make these type of decisions because they are women, but you should look at them as they are human. They can make these decisions because they are living the same life that you are living. So I just heard that this morning. I think the guy's name is Sebastian Ignis, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bengalo kumbona today, but
Yeah.
he made a very valid point that stuck in my mind. Yeah, about that aspect of our relationships, and it's all about the honesty. If I can be honest with you, I expect you to be honest with me. Yeah, if ever a relationship can be grounded by Leonto, even our trust issues could fly out the window. If ever, even see, kuna lento eti, if your partner, or you are willing to say something to your partner, knowing ukuthi, if you can be honest about that thing to that extent, you would risk losing that person, then just know that you've reached the peak level of being honest.
And it's no longer. That relationship, that means it's no longer there.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you can't be honest, that means there is what you feel, maybe you're scared. If I can say this, I will lose the person.
Yeah.
then
So
the relationship is over already.
Yeah, if a relationship is operating on fear,
yeah.
and then it's over.
Already.
It's
How
over.
can you live in fear and say you love that person?
Or that person loves you.
Meanwhile, you live in fear.
So that's the type of honesty that's needed.
Yeah.
To be honest, knowing that you could be risking losing this person, but you become honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, one. And then in relationships in these COVID times.
I think logo because it helped in terms of connection. It helped in terms of connection and in the footy in relationship because now maybe let's say we're in relationship and then know two, right?
Yeah.
And then know two, you guys are nila. You're 10 you're 10 So you guys should have a culture would maybe you guys introduce your morning routine. What do you do in the morning?
Yeah.
What do you do during the day? Then maybe in between, maybe there will be a space whereby individually, so maybe you're dealing maybe in a job or someone else is reading a book or someone else is doing whatever.
Their own thing. Yeah.
So there will be those time, then there will be a time maybe so late, maybe
Yeah.
So kufanele kube ne-culture nje routine enokwazi ukuthi niyayenza.
On weekends maybe we say we go out, we watch movies, or we go to the theater to watch some plays there, or we go for a walk, or we go to this restaurant, or we go for this dinner or whatever date, just to keep things flowing. Just to keep things flowing, so that ningahlale nibhekana. So too much of something is it's wrong. And partners are bound to bore each other if baphila ngaleyo.
It's there. It's like by default. By default,
but you should look against that. We are boring each other right now, but how can we make things work?
Let's
and then
be
you
flexible.
find these activities.
Let's be flexible in a relationship.
Singabe
nje umuntu a relax and ukuthi since say ngiyi-main and I'm ngiyi-main hayi. So comfortable. So I see fanelanga sibizi kanjalo. Enye into that's one of the things that we should focus on, and also as well, and we should make sure ukuthi in terms of I guess in terms of when it comes to exercise as well. We need that. We need to deal with exercise.
I think kuma relationships, females are very aware of how they look. So that's why umuntu azokubuza ukuthi am I fat? Like ba concerned about how they look, and that's a good thing. Women are beautiful. And we know ukuthi amajita find women beautiful. That's into abayibheka. It's one of the things umuntu mawumbhekile ekwenza ukuthi uhambe uyokhuluma naye or ucabange whatever ucabanga. So they know ukuthi we value ukuthi umuntu muhle. It's one of the things we value. So as a guy, akumelanga umyekele ucheri wakho ukuthi abe comfortable to a point ukuthi uzodevelopa le body that you as a guy you don't find attractive, and then when the excuse yokuthi ngichithe because ngichithe neslender because ugaine weight, or ngichithe umuntu chubby because wena awusadli angazi ukuthi awusadli ini mara you got slimmer. Izinto ezinjalo. So you should be able to encourage your partner in a very loving way ukuthi uyakhona ukuthi naye abe motivated ukuthi ahamba ajime and take care of their body. Ukudla as well. Manihlala ni-two kuyadliwa jo. Manihlala ni-two, you eat just about everything, and sometimes you can be lazy. If you call Nimala, you always eating takeouts. So you should be encouraging each other and nibuyisana endleleni ukuthi hey, we've ate a lot of junk food, let's try to at least go to this diet for 3 months or for 6 months, so that we find each other attractive again.
In an open conversation.
Thole nomchita manje bahlangene no Cherry akwi good form, and then i-weakness yethu ngamajita ukuthi siba nemikhabe and then ube nomkhaba, and then your girls should find a way ukuthi ukwenza feel safe at the same time motivate ukuthi hey baby wehlise kancane yabona not in a way yokuthi if awuhlisi lento mina ngizokushiya ngiye kulamajita nama six pack yabo that's why ngithi in a safe way and in a loving way ukuthi encourageana ukuthi we are in the right form and we still find each other attractive physically.
And we guys, we should stop saying this thing that this is financial muscle. There's no such there's no such thing financial muscles. There's no such thing. Ayikho lento le umuntu yabo too lazy nje ukuthi alungise lento le. So next thing you just find those ways that they make sure that you feel comfortable with what you have.
And it's not healthy. One thing we should be looking at is what we are eating and how we look physically. We should be active. And another thing, mentally in relationships should be a safe space where you are actually able to keep whatever pain on you, or you share whatever traumas you're currently facing or difficulties you're currently facing. You should be able to share easy so that you can just share with just anyone. And there should be a safe space as well without you feeling like those things will be used against you.
I guess I think we have once mentioned, talk about that in episode 1. We talked about that in episode 1.
And then another thing would be finances. Let's guide each other when it comes to finances in relationships, important. Because I think stats. I just don't know the exact numbers, but number one reason most I'm not sure is it number one reason most marriages end. It's because of finances. Two. The most contributing factor is finances, because now you have to live together. You have to eat, you have to go out, you have to buy things, you have to travel, you have to, if ever you have kids, you have to support the kids. You should manage the household. So it's important ukuthi nikhulume ngama finances prior to anything else, or if ever manje izinto sezichangeile awuthi lahlekelwe umsebenzi or ushiri lahlekelwe umsebenzi because of COVID nani or umunye bamkhathele isalary, and then you find a way that will work for both of you. Yabona ukuthi still nisebenze.
I think more khuluma nge-finance. The finance in a relationship doesn't need emotions. You need to be realistic, like very realistic when it comes to realistic. Don't just go to the mall then use your emotions. It's like you see this now because now your emotion says you should get it. Then now you are carrying
it. Power of budgeting. You should sit down. Then ni budget accordingly to see ukuthi imali yenu iyakuphi, and then there's no one that you're gonna blame ukuthi uspend imali kuphi, uspend imali kuphi. So so
I think that one is very important, and we're still going to dive deep into that when we do. And
I think that will be the
finance episode.
Where we delve deep into finances. It's one of the coming episodes.
So from there, I think we have covered
family.
Then
family as well. I think it fits in my relationship. It's a matter of with family, whether you live in a family, you should take care of each other. You should be able to support each other, sit each other down and address whatever issues that you're facing, or if ever awuzwani nomuntu, you confront them in a way ukuthi you are family. So nikhona ukubonisana, nikhona ukuphila.
I think there was this culture I introduced endlini in this previous December. So ukuthi because I went there, then I found out with maybe there were certain issues that were common, and so I thought with you, it's critical how we solve problems as family members, because the most dangerous hate or anger is among family members. I can see that hate that people from outside, we can hate or we can have anger for those people, right? But you can't stay with someone and look at them every day while you're looking at them with that anger or with that hate. You're still feeling something that you still want to say, but you're not saying it, but you're looking at them each and every day, right?
Yeah.
So we need to come up with something that makes sure that we address such problem. So in the way let's just sit down. Let's just sit down. Then if maybe a certain issue, ubona ngathi angifuni ukuthi izobani. Le enibona ngathi ninayo. Or angifuni ukuthi izwe lo. Then landa lowo muntu lo direct. Then you like uzakibo purely honest with this is how I feel. Maybe sometimes into kunalento ukuthi yenze ukuthi or maybe umuntu enze something or uzwe something. Then more yizo uzoyithatha ngendlela leyo uzoyithatha ngayo. And I want to find out ukuthi lo muntu beyangayisho ngaleyo ndlela lebo yisho. So it's very important ukuthi mawuzoya kumuntu usho ukuthi ngizwe into ekanje so or into oyenzile mina ngibone kanje. Uyabona? So angazi wena kuwe mawuyenza boyenza ngayiphi indlela. So ngisacela ungesipelele lapho because for mina ayihlalanga kahle. So understanding is very important.
It's important. And ubone sometimes ukuthi usavela ama tantrums kube yabona izinto manizenza nikwatile. Those are you can do things or say things that you can never take back that will put a stamp straight.
Nayo ke I think ngi-address kakhulu ukuthi i-anger, addressing thing in the anger. Bangithola even bengikhulumela kakhulu even kubantwana abancane. Ngithi even umntwana omncane noma uthi umncane kanjani ungasho something uyisho nge-anger. Rather thula if umbona wenza something ungangumemeza usho izinto ezibhayeni uzisho nge-anger. Rather uthula uhambe uyomsusa lapho la khona. Then bese uyabuya mase ucolile bese uyabuya khuluma naye. Same as nama adult the same thing kanjalo because into esiyishoyo even uyisho kumntwana omncane lento leyishoyo maybe mase ukwatile umbiza ngenye into and when uzoma imbiza nje to you it's like I'm just saying kanti umuntu izohlala next thing sekayilento leboyisho uzobe like you once called me that and esikhathi leso wena sowukhohliwe wena kwambiza ngalento leyo yabona so lento le into ebaluleke kakhulu ukuthi i-anger immediately weza ukuthi yabo mayi ayimasengikwatile just withdraw. Then after that you come back then you address the issue same as uhlala phansi as ni family usho ukuthi yazi you guys need that time maybe in a week whereby Sunday nihleli nisha Sunday course nihleli phansi la ukuthi let's just have a conversation. What is it that maybe one of us maybe ayenzile wafila ngathi
just around the table I keep whatever from
I keep whatever from we keep there you creating that culture
even to ebantwaneni because yabona manje sibadala sishadile sokuma relationships indlela esolve ngayo I conflict kuma relationships wethu nama friendships wethu akusiyinto esi yethu into esi inherited from last buya khona
back then
yabona sithatha from last buya khona so kuse into right to create a low environment
ikhathi njalo baleke kakhulu but leyo izokunceda even noma umntana akusika yaphuma outside you know ukuthi nomuntu lo already une skill so solve a problem within
and the skill is difficult
it's difficult
and uzohamba around wonke umuntu azohlangana naye kube ne conflict uzomfundisa something naye abone ukuthi izinto zenziwa kanjani instead of just
uyangithola and esinye skill uzosifaka lapho the listening skill the listening skill the understanding skill and also looking at perspective yomunye umuntu angithola it's not always about it's not always about how you look at things but someone can look at it in a different way angithola as ngisho ukuthi into mamunye mayenzile uzothi ngiyenzile kaso but ngicela ungitshela wena uyenze ngayiphi indlela wena kuwe emqondweni wakho bekuthini mawuzoyenza lento le angithola sekunika leyo environment lo muntu lokusasa uyangena ku relationship I don't think ukuthi kuzongena umuntu oyeka khona solve problem ayikhona uyawazi ukuthi I have to talk rather than to shout or rather than to say vele sowuthukana or vele wena sowulwa or angithola at least uyakhona there is a way angithola rather than ukuthi abantwana manje sebazala abantwana bathengana ngisho ama smartphone they don't know how to solve problems anything once wakwatha umntana into ayenza yini uthatha ifoni yakhe avalele ekamereni then akakhulumi nawe
post ama status
hateful ukhuluma amasimba nje whatever into ayikhulumayo
I'm better off with my family izinto ezinjalo yabona so yeah there's
a lot of things that is happening and we should create a culture culture is about healthy for our kids. That's a very important thing for the kids.
For the kids, yeah.
For the kids, if
it's
it
very
wasn't
important. It's
because
very important.
Kusasa as parents, we're going to die. So what are you living for them?
Uzoshiya abantwana abazozibulala, bonke bazozibulala nabo.
Abayivalele ekamereni bakhulume ku-social media. And one thing about social media, they should understand ukuthi if azoposta into kanjalo and I post ku-social media, it's no longer now about
it's about the entire
family. And was ukuthi there's a lot of things other people they will say about the family in that comment. And ezinye zizoza kuye zim-attack personally.
And ezinye zizo manje zizo reflector in the way that those people outside treat the people of the family manje. Because bazabe besenze ama-assumptions ukuthi le family, this type of family because umntana posted this. And now yabona ukuthi
and my status, even the status I think is for close people, right? So even most of post status, then for those close people, ababezi even my friends akuseza like already you know with they can't phila kanjani, they can't behave kanjani. They'll know a lot even maybe bayabafika nokufika, but
they know
la babenza kanje. So I think izinto ezibaluleke kakhulu as a family ukuthi esimele lezi si address, and also abantwana in terms of a healthy asibe honest nabi. Honest mele iqale la kusesekuncane. Umntana masesemncane masombona ukuthi udla kakhulu mbuyise ukuthi asiqale sidevelop, because if ukhona ukumdevelop into ezikanjalo asesemncane, even ibody yakho masobona ukuthi aboma la le ayisekho right, azama ukuthi siyibuyise, try now ama-exercise, exercise,
adlale sport,
adlale something,
ubhadale ke leyo 200 per month or 500 per month ukuthi at least aye ku-coach nyana ozokhona ukuthi maybe amgijimise or ashaye lama-sports maybe azodinga ukuthi akhona ukuluze weight, yabona. And it's sad ukubona abantwana be-diagnosed ngalama-disease wabantu abadala esibhedlela at a very young age. Uthi umntana se-diabetic at age of 12. What's that? Yabona.
Because we only think about feeding those kids. We're not minding what are we feeding them and how is it affecting them.
And another thing is let's listen to our children more. Since manje COVID besispend isikhathi nabo abantwana, I think it was time ukuthi you get to know umntana wakho ukuthi ufunani, umntana wakho ustruggle ngani, uzoba umuntu onjani. Like uyakhona ukumlalela umuntu khona ukupredict ukuthi lo kuzoba umuntu so, and then kusase umntana uyakhona ukumshifta kwi direction right and get to talk about ama friends wakhe, abantu as engage nabo, you view about certain things, and then uyakhona ukuthi umntana umbone ukuthi ume kuphi and what work you need to do, yabona. But I think manje yabona COVID seyiphelile, things seem like they are getting back to normal. There are articles flowing around ukuthi there's no longer gonna be other variations.
I think I saw also an article this morning that says was President Ramaphosa that they want to cancel even the disaster. Disaster.
Oh, this is okay. Even this thing yama vaccination certificates ngathi nawo bazoyikhipha, and now any vaccine will be working on like flu vaccine or whatever vaccine. It's proven ukuthi iyakhona ukufighta nale right COVID. So this mandatory vaccination, I want to it's a must to vaccinate. It's like bazoyikhipha out now, but it's just articles. So I believe amakayisho in TV. So yeah, things are just getting a bit better, manje, but the world right now is not as it was back then, and we should be finding these ways which is khona ukuphila kahle. And even ngama finances we should be looking at businesses that have a future, man. Just like yonke into restartile manje. What worked 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, it's no longer working from now going forward. So each and everything that we do, we should be able to we find ways to make money and make a living in ways that will work from now going forward. And even I think we've seen what's really important to us, what means a lot to us. Manje nge-COVID, ngesikhathi it was very, very, very bad.
I think even in terms of how we spend. It helps,
even how we spend.
yeah.
Even like South Africa, you saw with that time we're gonna lockdown. And people weren't going out to spend money. Restaurants were closed, shops were closed, and
they saved. A lot of people saved a lot.
Like bekungekho reason yokuthi uphume and go to work or uphume uye kuphi, and people were not buying clothes, so they were saving a lot of money. And people explored izinto zokuthenga ama-shares, which we'll cover in the next episode. I think ukuthenga ama-shares, investing in cryptos, investing in properties, zonke lezo zinto, which are things we'll cover in the future episode. But for now, I think we said what we wanted to say. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think maybe as episode later, must say release, that a lot of people will say, COVID is no longer there. So I don't think this episode is
still
no longer
relevant.
You know, before we start this I asked you. Before that, is this conversation still relevant?
I think it is relevant because it's a way of living. It's how we are supposed to live.
And I feel like it's still relevant as well because there are a lot of people who didn't learn anything during this COVID time. So if you didn't learn anything, we're giving you the lesson we learned.
Yeah.
The things that we should take away from a COVID. So you don't have to do introspection. What did I learn? Just look at this, watch this episode.
Yeah.
You will find a lot of things that you could implement in your future life.
Yeah, you take what applies to you, and then what doesn't apply to you,
I think that's very important. And also it goes to this thing with you. We're not saying with whatever in the way you
should take it. Of course, experience life different. In experience life, I find experience. So you take what you think will build you, or if ever you see it won't build you, you take it and you see if you can modify it in a way that's gonna fit in your lifestyle, or fit in your own life, or someone that you like. Share the video, and then that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it for this episode. And as we always say, take care of yourself, take care of each other, take care of your pockets. This is the Empty Street Podcast, and we're signing out.
Peace.